Good evening.
How are you? Loaded question.
That's a rhetorical question.
It is, yeah. Coach Greg Vaughan joining us in the postgame show now. Coach, it's one of those nights where Grand Haven had everything rolling, the momentum, everything went their way, and things just kind of struggled on our end.
Yeah, it's tough without looking at the film, but I know as we went through everything, there's nothing that Grand Haven did that the kids hadn't been prepared for. As far as we knew their quarterback was really good. He was a big key to it. There were some breakdowns in the back end, and we had kids there to take care of it, and it didn't happen. So, offensively, the exact same thing. They did nothing that we didn't know about. I don't think we got a good enough push up front at times, and obviously I'm not out here trying to run Isaac Kelsey 40 times a game. We need that kid for the long run. So, going in, it's not like all of a sudden they came out and did things we didn't know. We've got to be able to figure out how to get off a bus because we got a lot of road games this year, and do what we need to do. It's very unimpressive to score 7 points from the offense until here late, and the other score coming from kickoff return. That was exciting. Thought that was pretty good. What I would say too is the score doesn't say everything because there were a couple times that we were able to just move the ball down the field, and then unfortunately threw a couple picks. So some of that's growing pains, but there's 7 games left guaranteed, and we got to grow up pretty quick.
Yeah, Coach, and both the kids, Vince Saffordini and Isaac Kelsey, both said that they did nothing to surprise them, just execution-wise, we didn't do our jobs as far as the team and contain them like we're supposed to.
Yeah, there were several breakdowns on a lot of different places. So as coaches, we got to go back and figure out why that is, right? Is it because we're asking too much of our kids? Is it we're asking them, to do things that they can't do? Is it we're asking them to do too much? So, that's something that we get paid for as coaches to try to get them in the right spots and figure out what we need to do. They got a long weekend off coming into Labor Day. School starts next week, and then they got a home game. So, they got some time and a long bus ride home tonight to figure out what kind of team they want to be next week, and that's us coaches too. We're included in that team.
Right, Coach. It was good to see late in the game. A lot of the kids got playing time tonight. To see Owen Hendricks come in, a sophomore, throw that touchdown pass to stop the running clock with under a minute to go. But again, I like the never say die attitude.
Yeah, obviously fifth quarter rule will bring guys up. Some of the varsity guys that didn't get to play last week got to play a little bit this week. But your hope is you can get everyone in there. It's varsity football, and not everyone gets to get in there and play, especially if it's a real tight game. And it's unfortunately early in the season. There's still some things our guys need to learn and do. So we got some guys in there. I saw some good things. It was nice seeing the Deo with the runs there late, be able to hit. It's something we know he can do. Reese getting in there to be able to do the same thing. So, we got to build off the things that we can build off and fix the things we can't. I'm not giving up. As I said, we got maybe a couple flat tires after this game, and we're going to figure out how to fix them and keep going. And it's what I've learned my whole life. Just keep fighting and fighting and fighting until they tell you you're done. So our guys are going to have to answer the bell and come back next week against a Bay City team that's just going to absolutely smash mouth football and come after you that way. It's a different style next week. And so our guys got to come in and be physical next week.
It's our first official game as members of the Saginaw Valley League, something that you guys push for. So again, it's going to be a fun night at Thurlby Field.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a new opponent for us. I know they played Central before. New opponent for us, and we start the SVL, and it's at home. First game at home with the season, or school year starting, sorry. And we'll get after it. This one's going to hurt, and it should hurt, and we're going to go from there.
Yep. Question, you had a lot of sophomores up because there's no JV team, so you brought a lot of sophomores up. Without a concrete answer, what are the odds that 88 Aiden Griffiths keeps that varsity jersey?
Well, he's a kid all summer long. We knew he came and he went to a bunch of 7-on-7s with us and did some really good things. you know, the reality is that when you make some of these decisions, I'm not going to take a sophomore and not play him a lot, right? And
Right.
it just isn't smart in the long run just to bring sophomores up and sit them. So when we make those decisions, this was a week that we knew we could bring him up. He could start for us on offense, give a little rest to our two corners in Totten and Oaks, and give him a lot of reps to learn. But when there's JV games, you know, it's better for him to go get the reps, a bunch of reps in the JV game, and then come help us in the varsity game. We'll go back and look at film. You know, if he got after it tonight, he might be a guy, that's up with us, and he knows that. And there's a couple sophomores that are kind of in that boat. We had 8 of them with us in practice all week, doing some really good things, and you know, they're a step away from coming up and helping us out. But you know, Aiden's a kid we knew coming into camp that we really liked what he did this summer, knew he could help us. It's just a matter of when you already have 3 guys on your varsity in the same position, how do you get enough reps?
Right. Exactly. Yep, that makes the most sense. Well, Coach, I appreciate you're always gracious with your time, and tough one tonight, but looking forward to better things next Friday night at Thurlby Field.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. We are
Titans.